And we are live. Hello, and welcome to the Mental Health Happy Hour, the last mental health happy hour of the year until there's a new year. How exciting. My name is Camara, and this is the fantastic Harrison. Harrison, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Harrison Polo. I just joined the Mighty recently, and I'm really excited to be here.
Fantastic. Basically, Harrison is a new member of the team. Fantastic. And we're really happy to have him here joining our mental health happy hour today. So if you're just joining, if you know how we flow, how we work, leave leave a comment in the comment box of where you're from, where you're tuning in from, and what your mental health win of the week is, or the month is, or the day is. This can be anything as simple as you did laundry today, you took a nap, you took some time for yourself, a walk. It could be that you finished a poem. It can be whatever you want it to be, but we want to celebrate you here at the Mighty before the end of the year. Oh my goodness, it's stressful time, but we're so happy to just have you here in our community. But in the meantime, Harrison, do you have a mental health win that you would like to share?
Oh, yes, I do. Man, I feel like the last couple months have been really stressful. I have a seasonal affective disorder, so I deal with the depression as the colder months happen, and the last couple months have been really tough. But joining the Mighty actually has been my mental health win of the week, I'll say, because it's really put a when you worry about money and you worry about rent and stuff, and then when you get the job, it kind of takes that all away. So it's been nice.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I know once you get that that stability and feel like you've found something after you've been searching, I feel like that is such a good thing to lift off your shoulders and really feels really good. So I'm
Oh, for sure.
obviously welcome again. So happy you're here and happy that that is your mental health win. That is fantastic.
What about you,
My
Camera? Do you have a mental health win?
Yes, I do. I have housing next year. That is my mental health win.
Yes.
So, yay! I have been searching for the past 3 to 4 months, or for a while, for my next place, and I found it. And it is a place that I have dreamed about living for 2 years randomly. So I'm just really excited.
That's
Excited about the
fantastic.
room and the place. So yeah, I'm just really excited for the first time to move. Excited about it. So.
That's exciting. That's great. I'm really happy to hear that.
Thank you. But yeah, if you're just joining us, please share in the comments what your mental health wins are. If they can be work related, they can be housing related, but they can be whatever you wish them to be. I just want to say hi to a few people in the comments. Yes, Merry Christmas, Richard. Happy to have you here. Thank you so much. I hope your holiday season is treating you well. And then Peter, I want to just send some support Peter's way. You're not feeling very stable at the moment. Well, I want to say thank you, Peter, for joining this live and kind of sharing with us. I completely understand my own experience going through anxiety and with depression and having moments of instability. I think the best point is to come to stuff like this or to be able to share with people and find an equilibrium. So please, if anything else is on your mind, feel free to share. If there's little wins or any self-care that you can provide yourself, we're happy to be here with you today. So thank you. Richard, your win is that you managed to take a 15-minute ice cold shower. How?
That's
How?
hard.
Oh my word. I just I've tried to be the person who can take cold showers, who can that apparently it's better for you, good for you, good for your mind and your body. I'm like, I can do that for my hair separately, but my whole body during the winter?
It's a good
Richard,
wake
that's
up, though.
impressive. Oh yes,
It's a
yes.
good wake up call. I will say that.
That'll wake you up for sure. Well, you're inspiring us all, Richard. Way to go. Oh my word. But Sarah, I was able to reach out to my psychiatric care team when my symptoms started to get worse, and they helped me. Oh my
That's really good.
gosh. That's fantastic. Oh my word. That's lovely. I think that that's really great when you can you have a team first off that you feel comfortable to reach out to. You have a team and that they're able to help you. That is fantastic. And it seems like you have a system, you have a way that you have found that works and a team that cares about you. That's such a great win. Oh my word. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have I have a therapist as well that is very helpful that I enjoy seeing. I always appreciate to reach out when things are getting worse. So I'm really glad, Sarah. That's fantastic. Ah, Florida City. Joanna, Florida City here. Ooh,
Ooh,
Florida City. Which is it? Just Florida? Is there a city in Florida called Florida City?
I think there is. Yeah.
Oh, there is. Oh, wow. I have not heard of this city of Florida. Ah, well, welcome from Florida City. I've been attending a good mental health recovery program. That's wonderful. Wow. I'm loving that there's all these like teams and programs and places that people are finding to get support, whether it's in their area or online. I think that's amazing. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Ryan, I reached out for the other day for help. People are reaching out. This is the time. This is the time to be reaching out. I really appreciate kind of knowing that people are able to reach out for help and
Mhm.
like feeling more comfortable with that. I don't know about you, Harrison, but it's like it's nice to be able to have like a support system, friends, family, or if it's your psychiatric team or your mental health team to be able
Mhm.
to reach out to help for
Oh,
help.
oh, for sure. And I think it's great that there's more, we're seeing this change in society right now that it's becoming more acceptable to take mental days off. Like if you're just having a tough day and you don't want to go to work and because going there is just going to be tough, take a mental day. Because, I'm glad that companies and people are starting to accept this and not, there's no stigma behind it anymore. I'm glad we're getting there.
Yes, exactly. I think that being able to talk about it, having companies be happier about it, it's great because now we have people like this who are comfortable to share that they've reached out for help and also comfortable to reach out for help, most importantly. So that, Ryan, that's a really big win. And I'm happy that it seems like that's a lot of people's wins. If you are just joining us, we are here from the Mighty, and we would love to share your mental health wins, or if there is some kind of art on your mind, or good news, or if it's just that you want some support and a consensual virtual hug, let us know. Put it there in the comments, and we will bring it to the screen and highlight your life. So let's see. Trisha. Hi, with my and a regular of ours that we have often. Think welcome back. With the help of my husband, I was able to pull myself out of a very dark place yesterday. It was very scary, and I'm glad to be here. Oh, that just warms my heart. Oh my goodness. Like, again, like that we are able to ask for help of our support systems and that you have your husband, that you feel comfortable to ask him for help and that he is able to help you out in that dark place. Like that is that is fantastic.
That's a good
Oh,
husband right there.
yeah. That's a good that is a good point. Good husband. Good husband points. My word. Like I think that that's fantastic, and we are glad you're here. Glad that you are here to tell us about it. Glad that you are here and sharing about it. And yeah, that is a very. I like the theme of the wins today. The
Mhm.
theme of the wins seems to be in a tough place, but able to ask and get help.
Yeah.
I really
It's really
enjoyed that.
encouraging too.
Yeah, especially seeing like all of the community kind of sharing that and showcasing that. And if there are people I'm sure in the community who still are looking for their support system, still are looking for like different, whether it's a mental health team or whether it is a support system or like having new like looking for new friends or just kind of people in your life that can be that for you. I want like to put out there that that is out there. Obviously, like you're seeing it. It's not that it's not out there for you. It is out there, and you just got to keep looking and keep going and know that there are some tough times.
Mhm.
Ah, so especially during December. December is it's a stressful holiday month. Like
Mhm.
we all know December. We've all been there. So,
Yeah.
oh goodness. Oh yeah. So Sarah was saying, if you want to read this one, Harrison from Sarah.
Sure. The holidays are very hard for me. A lot of stress makes me psychotic symptoms worse. Yeah, can imagine.
Hmm.
The holidays are really tough for people. As I said earlier, I deal with it, and I have friends that have tough. We used to jokingly call November. It's literally the entire winter, just because we knew how tough it was going to be. So I understand.
Yeah, I think that that kind of goes along that. Yeah, the holidays, like this November, December, just this
Mhm.
rush of everything and this pressure, whether it's that you're in the kind of seasonal depression, if you are kind of in a place where it's maybe colder, or whether it's just the holidays in general or family, it's just I feel like it can be a heavy time, and if it does seem like that stress can make psychotic symptoms worse, that's completely valid, and I'm
Mhm.
just so glad, Sarah, that you have a team that you can reach out to, and that you're working on it, and that you're acknowledging it. I think that that's incredible. So, thank you, Sarah. Yeah, if you're just joining us, I always say this, please feel free. I see that we've got some comments, a lot of comments coming in. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing. This is our last live of the year. My word, it's almost a new
Oh,
year. That's
we're almost
so
there.
weird. Ah, like yay, but also
Ah,
oh my god.
what a
What
year.
isn't this still 2020? This like what? Wasn't it just
Yeah,
December?
it
I
was
feel
just
like I
December.
just put on like, the little thing you got to put on your car, the new year thing. I'm
Oh,
like,
the little tag? Yeah.
yeah, I just got the message, gotta pay for that again. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, didn't I just do that?"
You just pay
Like
for that?
that
Yeah.
what am I doing? Oh, it's December again. So that's
Yeah.
how you know time is an interesting thing. But if you are just joining us, please feel free, leave a comment in the chat about what your mental health win is or how you're doing, or I guess our theme is how you're reaching out for support in this time, and what ways that you would like to reach out for support, and we will love to share that. So thank you so much, everyone. But Tate, Tate, I believe, Tate, you've been here before. Wonderful, welcome back. Waterville, Maine here, and my win would be finally able to do laundry.
Yes.
That's a win I need. Tate, you are living my dream. You are living my dream. Aw. I mean, yeah, isn't laundry like, I don't know why that is the hardest thing to do, to get yourself to like, it's so easy to just let it pile up and just
Oh,
avoid
yeah.
it. Yeah,
No,
especially if it's
no, I
oh,
was gonna
not
say
in your plate.
there
Oh.
was a guy. No, there was a fellow I knew that did laundry once a year, and he said it saved him a lot of money and time.
Uh, that's good that that works for that person. Wow. No, I have that mentality, I feel like, but I don't think I have the will of that. That is an interesting mindset that I'm very impressed by.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Oh, if only we could all do that, but not at the same time. Oh.
No, to clarify, it's not like he's wearing the same stuff all the
Oh, no,
time.
no. But
It's yeah, he
yeah.
has a lot of outfits. Yeah.
Oh, that's the way, you know what? I take back, I actually think that is the perfect way to be as
Yeah.
a maximalist back, as you can tell. Yeah, just have more things. Just
I guess
have
he
more
has a
things.
room. He has a room where he has all of the clothes that he piles, but like then there's one day, one day a year, big laundry day. I get it.
I love that. You know what? I support that. I'm not a minimalist, so like I support that. Live your life. That sounds fantastic. Oh, Tate, I'm very happy though, Tate, that you finally were able to do laundry. Because yeah, that obviously is a win, as we can all now
Mhm.
establish. But I hope maybe you wash something that you're excited to wear, or even if it's just like you've got like underwear, or if you've got like the jacket, or you've watched just a top that's just normal. Maybe you've washed your sheets. Like, it just feels nice, like to
Oh
finally get that
yeah,
done. So
good clean sheets is always nice too.
yes, oh, I need to do that. That's my next thing today. Tate, inspiring. Kimberly, if you want to read this one, Harrison.
Sure. I'm so lucky my counselor is available for me. I was having major meltdowns Tuesday, and she shared a YouTube video that showed a way to calm my anxiety. It was ear massaging. Oh,
Ooh,
Camera, we were just
oh,
talking about this. We were just talking about
oh my
ASMR.
gosh. Oh yes, yeah, Kimberly, I think that I don't know for sure if you're talking about ASMR, but I'm pretty sure that that
Hmm.
is a form of ASMR that you were listening to. Oh my word, we are very big fans of
Hmm.
ASMR here at the Mighty. Calm tapping noises, calm ocean noises, calm unintelligible whispering.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I we both, Harrison and I, are big
Oh,
fans of ASMR.
oh yeah.
That
Every
is
night.
it's great. It
Yeah.
is so relaxing and so calming. Like, yeah, if I'm very anxious, or if I even need sometimes to take a break at work, like I'll lay on my couch right here, and I have like my favorite, one of my favorite ASMR videos is this girl just like going, I don't even drink that much coffee, but just like talking about coffee, picking up the
Hmm.
the coffee beans, and like tapping on the cup, and like telling you about the coffee, and I'm just like, it just softens my mood. It makes me feel so much better. So, oh my
Yeah.
word.
No, I'm a
smell like
huge.
tea.
I love waves. Last night I fell
Mhm.
asleep to thunderstorms and rain, which was really relaxing. That was
Ooh.
nice.
Very nice. I like the way I think that there are so many great tools, and I'm so happy, Kimberly, that you have a wonderful counselor. It seems that they are
Hmm.
available to you. That during your like your hard time on Tuesday, like I had. Oh my gosh, are we just all having a hard? I had a hard time on Tuesday too. I did too, Kimberly. We're all there. Ah, I feel you. I'm glad that your therapist was able to show you a video that was helpful
Hmm.
for you and was able to calm your anxiety. That's a wonderful one. Thank you for sharing that. If you want to tell us what the video is about, that would be great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Oh my God. If you're just joining us, we are talking about mental health wins, fantastic support systems, and what we would want in a support system. So feel free, leave in the comments how you're getting support during this time of the year, as we know, and what your mental health wins are, because we're just having a great time, just sharing and popping and locking and all that good stuff. So. All right, Karen. Karen. Oh, glad to be back, Karen. Glad to have you back. Oh my word, I remember. I'm pretty sure this is if my dream is that this person's from Sweden, I think, or from some Nordic country. That's always my dream of this person. Thank you for being back. Hi, the tough things are tough. My grandma is sick for the second time this year. Oh, I'm so sorry. But I was able to I dealt with non-acute medical issues after years, and it's so far absolutely made my life better. Ooh, that's a really interesting take. I like that outlook on it. It's like that you have dealt with some tough things or even like some non-acute medical issues like for years, but that actually made your life better. Maybe it made you like appreciate what you have or like
Hmm.
find like things to work around, maybe like creatively problem solve. Oh my word, that's fantastic. I'm so sorry about like that things are tough right now for your
Hmm.
grandma. Oh, that's really hard. Oh, for the second time in this year. Oh, consensual hug, Karen,
Hmm.
consensual hug. It's not easy this time of year, especially when family is sick. That can be just really rough.
And we're coming off the back of the pandemic with things that
Uh,
families have already been separated for so long now, and so yeah, it's rough
yeah.
right now.
Well, sending good vibes and well vibes to your grandma, and that she finds a similar outlook and things. If it's for the second time, there's been a first time, and she's don't want to like devalue it, but I'm hopeful. So
Mhm.
yeah. Ah, Richard, what do we got, Richard? Okay, all right. I want to like make sure that we know that this is got like some. I just want to make sure that there is a trigger warning for anyone who is triggered by suicide. Richard talks about being suicidal. Just want to share that. So Richard is saying I have depression, anxiety, and panic attack disorders and high functioning autistic. And early in the pandemic, I struggled to the point where I felt suicidal and have seen mental health. But once I accepted that I can't control the uncontrollable and control what I can control, my anxiety has been 2 out of 10. Wow. By the way, cold showers, 11 months now for 2 times a day.
Wow, that's
Oh my
impressive.
goodness. I've heard that that's good for mental health too. I
Hmm.
feel like having that routine and all that, but wow.
But I can
I'm
say I can touch on that. The
Yeah.
accepting what you can't control. That's the hardest because I've dealt with anxiety as well, and I get that. That's really hard. But I feel like if you could slowly start to do that in little aspects of your life every day, it does help. And I'm glad that you're able to see the results of that.
Yeah, Richard, that's incredible. I do think like a lot of anxiety that even I have, or that I think a lot of people do have, comes from this point of wanting to control whether it's yourself or like other people or just things in your life to just it once you start figuring out how to let the little things go slowly but surely, like it does feel like a weight off your shoulders when you realize just what is in your control and what doesn't have to be.
Mhm.
So I'm so happy that your anxiety is in a better place and that sharing with the community that you can be at a very low point and come back to that 2 out of 10. I think that's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing that, Richard.
And I'm going
I
to try
do.
those cold showers. So
Yes.
I
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Let us know how that goes, Harrison.
yeah.
Um, I'm going to put up really quickly for anyone who is going through a tough time. Just this is the National Suicide Hotline and text line. You are able to call and text if you are going through a tough time or if you know a loved one who is going through a tough time. Always want to make sure that we have that available. And I will also be putting that in the comments. So, yeah. Is there one that you would like to answer next, Harrison?
Sure. Let me look. Oh, they're posting things now. Let's see. Let's go back to Joanna.
All right, Joanna.
I still need to go grocery shopping despite my financial anxiety and body image problems. Yeah, you need food in the end, regardless. I get that.
I feel that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, going to the grocery store, shopping despite financial anxiety. It is really hard when it's especially if it's like necessary necessities, being able to eat. And then you also have like body image issues or maybe anything around with like EDs, then that can be even more triggering. It's like you have to shop, but you also have these two different anxieties that are pulling you different ways. That's a lot, and that's very valid to feel. I can imagine that would be tough. I have anxiety just being in the grocery store with people. So there's
Especially
just,
these days, it's been
yeah,
tough. Yeah.
it's tough. There's a lot of people and just everyone's doing something and you're just like, what in the world? Just stressed. So, but I just want to say thank you for sharing that, Joanna.
Mhm.
That is a lot, but I do know that there is a support system here for you at the Mighty, and also just, yeah, I'm proud that you're sharing that and that you know what it is, what you need, and you are aware of what the anxieties are. So
Mhm.
it's a good first step. And I hope that you are able to go to the grocery store and get what you need. Like, still make sure that you are taking care of yourself in the ways that you can. So thank you. Oh, it really helped. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. Oh my word. I think you're talking about either the ear massage maybe, but you're saying it's your first time here. So glad that you are here. I'm just really happy about that. Was it that our live is fun, or I'm selfish like,
Oh,
for fun.
it's
No,
talking
no, no.
about, I think it's probably the ASMR. Yeah.
ASMR. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because I'm wondering,
yeah,
those ear massage, I've seen some where they actually have
yeah.
like microphones that
Oh
look like
yeah.
ears. Have you seen those? Those are cool.
Those are really cool. I would love to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree though, Kimberly. I do believe that ASMR really does help or whatever kind of like ear massage or I think it's a great way. If it's your thing, I know there's some people who like textilely just don't do it or it's not their thing, but if it is, I think it's a great thing. So, oh my goodness. Alex Cliff, she has a voice. Oh, and then Richard, I like listening to Joanna Lumbury, talking clips. She has a voice that is relaxing to you. I'm gonna guess that's another like creator or YouTube person maybe who does similar like ASMR kind of stuff, or just maybe like reads books or is a voice person. Uh, that's awesome, Richard. Ooh. Never thought Patsy Stone could be calming. Who is? I'm so curious who Patsy. Wait,
Patsy
Harrison, do you know
Stone.
who Patsy Stone?
No, I do not.
I'm so curious.
Oh,
Oh.
there's from the show Absolutely Fabulous. It's a British sitcom.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that reminds me how I used to fall asleep and relax myself. This is not how everyone else relaxes. I would watch The Nanny with Fran Drescher, and
Mm,
Fran's voice was so relaxing to me. Like
yeah.
I loved Fran's voice. I thought it was just funny and also just it had because of the cadence it has, I got so used to it and I loved falling asleep to the story that I knew and also just I liked your voice. But some people think it's distracting. I think it's quite nice. So,
That's how I was with David Attenborough. I love documentaries, and so like, yeah, they're so easy to fall asleep to his voice because he has such a calming, just sing-songy narrated voice. I love.
ah, perfection. I love that. We keep getting some ASMR. Like I love how our community agrees.
Oh yeah,
If you want to read Lib's point, Harrison.
sure. During this time, I feel my anxiety and depression is worse, and to cope that I hear ASMR, color children's books, and watch animation movies. I'm with you on the animation movies. Actually, I'm with you on all of them. I think a friend of mine recommended coloring books, and they work. It is really relaxing and kind of fun. And I have to say, I still can't draw on the lines, though. I think that's a problem that seems to have persisted since childhood.
I feel the whole not drawing the lines thing. I've never been like able to do like angles or straight lines. That's not my thing. I'm more of the abstract. So
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think that should be the way drawing is. Who wants to be perfectly in the lines? That's a way to be, I guess. But I'm glad that you're able to cope, Lib, that you're sharing this here. This time, yeah, this time is this stressful kind of time, this end of the year, like kind of reevaluating in holiday season. I'm glad that you have coping mechanisms, though, that you have like healthy ASMR, coloring in children's books, and watching the animated movies. I'm so happy. Let us know what animated movies are your favorite.
Ooh,
We would love to
yeah.
know, like recommendations, are also recommendations to ASMR channels you like. So
Yeah.
that would be great.
I'm a big fan of that ASMR bakery. I think that's a good one. They got great
Yes.
tapping, great, so many versatility on there. And what I also like is if you don't, some of the ASMR videos like to focus a lot on the personalities, and I like ASMR bakery because it's more on the noises and stuff and less on the person doing it.
Yes, that I feel like that's the important thing is like you don't wanna have to focus too hard on what's going on. You wanna
Yeah,
focus on
I want
the
to go to sleep.
sound.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not trying to like actually focus on this. Like it should be crowding me out. Well, thank you everyone. And if you are just joining, we are basically mental health happy hour, answering your not answering, we are showcasing your mental health wins, your coping strategies, and how you're feeling during this holiday time. And we're just so happy that you are here with us today. Ah, goodness. Um, but yeah, if you are just joining us, feel free to leave a message of what your coping strategy is, what your mental health wins are, because we still have got so many lovely ones to get through. Oh, uh, it's a great website. I'll share this. I think that yeah, I trust Karen. Um, wanted to recommend askjude.org. Okay, I would like to look into this a little first before I say for sure, but that's awesome that you have a website that you found. It's founded by a psychologist who thinks psychologist services should be free. Okay, I'm liking this already. They operate as a semi-professional support for people who can't access proper therapy through training psychologist students and make sure their development skills or make sure that their developing skills. Oh, yeah. You can go through their website and post in it. It's a forum and you'll get a professional response with links, articles. It's a great site.
Ooh,
Wow.
definitely a good resource.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that, Karen. I really appreciate it. Especially in this time, it's just so hard to find good resources and to find free resources and like free professional resources. That's fantastic. Thank you so much
I
for
like that it's
that.
educational too. You're working with like students that are learning psychology and stuff. I think it's great.
I love it. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate it. And Rick, Rick, you're back. Hello, Rick. Rick is one of our regulars. Um, Happy to have you here today. It's our last live of the year. We are just pushing through and getting through. It's almost the end of the year. What a weird world we're in, but quite wonderful to be here with all of you.
Oh yeah.
Um, yes. Oh, tips like, oh, online grocery shopping is a lifesaver. Yes.
Especially for social anxiety. You don't have to deal with
Hmm.
the people. You deal with maybe one person that comes by your door and drops the
Yeah.
bags off.
So much. So simpler. It I like that method. And a lot of it, it's you mean like it depending on how much you spend can usually be free if you go and pick it up. So
And for those that don't know, Amazon does offer vouchers for EBT. They do have literally sections. If you go through Amazon Fresh, they do have EBT sections. So if you're looking for financial assistance, they do offer that.
That's
I've used
fantastic.
it, so I know that for a fact.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm glad to know that that Amazon does, because when you think of
Yeah.
Amazon Fresh or you think of Whole Foods, it's like you don't think that that's something that would offer that. So
No, and it's great because
yeah.
they literally do have a section that you can click EPT and it just lists all the EPT stuff. So it makes it easy. You don't have
Well,
to navigate. You don't have to search for it. It's there.
that's fantastic. We learn something new, a new support each day. Ah, get off of peak time and do your grocery shop. Yes. Camera, I like the subtlety of your beanie. I almost didn't notice it. Yeah, it's just covered by my headphones. Subtle hats. People here might know if you're a regular. I like to wear hats. I have a collection of hats. My hats bring me much joy, and of course, my wall is gonna fall now. Fun times. I'm moving soon. It's fine. But yes, I do. I thank you for noticing the hat, Rick. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's a subtle beret, just blending in with the hair. So, yep. Ah, both. Both. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. That's nice. Is there one that you would like to take, Harrison?
Sure. Oh man, I can talk about Dexter all day. I was just no. So yes, I will agree with you because that show is so interesting because every single character on it does have imperfections. They do have struggles they're dealing with, and at one point they don't just suddenly change. It's like their characters, they have them throughout the entire show, and I like that. I do agree with her her take on that. I really enjoy the show. Ending aside, I will say I still like the show.
I'm watching the reruns strangely. Yep. Yep. I have not actually seen too much of Dexter, but I'm glad that that's a connection you can make, and also that it actually brings you some kind of like connection. It feels like the characters' imperfections don't stop them. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
we do need to get kind of lost in these TV show worlds sometimes and see the drastic things. I used to say that um oh, back in the day, my guilty pleasure show was watching Pretty Little Liars, just because I would watch that and be like, "Oh, my life is okay. I'm okay. I am not I think that I'm gonna be okay. I'm so concerned what's gonna happen next with them, but at least I know." So distracting. Good distraction. This world. Whoa, how weird
Right.
is this gonna be? Oh, but isn't Dexter coming back? Aren't they doing some kind of new?
Yeah, they're doing a reboot of it. It's not a remake, but they're kind of picking it up where they left off, which is interesting because, as Joanna probably knows, they left it off in a really weird place. And so I'm
Mm,
curious to see how they're going to bring it back and how they're going to tie everything together. So,
interesting. Well, we'll have to come back next year and have a whole Dexter live and recap on how
ooh,
we feel Dexter did. Joanna, please come back for that. We'll need your opinion. But yes, won't matter. Oh, the first female Doctor Who. Ooh, yes, back in 1999. Or I think we're talking about voices that are calming, I think. I'm
oh, I was
trying.
like, I thought they just had
Yeah.
the female Doctor Who
Yeah.
with the
I'm like,
first
I thought
like
that was new.
that was like a couple
Uh,
years ago, right?
yeah,
Or last year or something. I don't know.
I
I
think
don't watch
so.
Doctor Who.
I don't my roommate watched it with the female, so I'm like, I think that was there a I do not know the Doctor Who will, but I'm
Yeah.
glad that that makes you excited, and maybe that's the voice that was calming. I appreciate that. I love how everyone's talking about that. Yeah,
Oh
the
yeah.
voices and still having the fun stuff. Thank you for the care compliment. Hair is fun. This is my mental health, is to feel like myself. I dye my hair. Why dye your hair one color when you can have at least four? That's
Ooh.
my mindset. So make yourself happy. Punky color. I'll recommend them. They're a good brand. Oh my goodness. Um,
Let's
let's
see.
see what else we have for.
Oh, Richard shared a good story.
Oh, is this from the December?
Yes.
Okay. So in December 2014, my father went terminal Parkinson's and died in January 15, 2015. My condolences, Richard. Was my parent care? Oh, you were my parents' care. You were, I think, your parents' caregiver. 365 days, 24/7 for 10 years. So December is
Wow.
tough. Wow.
I
Oh,
can imagine.
man.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot. I get tearful, and the birthday and anniversaries are tough. I have cider and I listen to Spotify music on my TV. It helps. Cameron Harrison, nice combo. Harris has a cool voice. Yeah, Harris has a
Thank
great
you.
voice.
Thank you so much.
Very nice.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
you, Richard. Well, I mean, appreciation to you, Richard, but I do want to say like that death, I feel like people think that over time I saw a good quote recently about grief and about loss, about how over time, let's see if I can remember this. It's not that the grief gets smaller. It's like that your capacity to just kind of understand it gets bigger, or that you just
Mhm,
have more of an understanding of it. It kind of just becomes, you just become used to it in a way. It's, I want to say that in a way of like, I don't think that time necessarily heals grief. I think it makes us more prepared and more, well, maybe the way we look at grief kind of becomes a little different, and
mhm,
how we can acknowledge the pain that still is in our life. And losing people like that, especially when you were caring for them and being like that was your
mhm.
life, like that is a lot. And it's still valid to feel that way and get tearful. And I just thank you so much for sharing that, especially this time of year. I'm glad that you have a coping mechanism of cider and Spotify. I think that's great. I love that. That's how I cope. Is I have tea and Spotify, and yeah. So I appreciate that. Oh, thank you, Richard.
Thanks for sharing, Richard.
Thank you so much. Oh my. Ah, I see another Mighty has joined the chat. Hi, Heidi. Yes, Pretty Little Liars. Yes, I am not ashamed of that admission. That was a while ago. I have not watched that show in a very long time. It was an old coping mechanism. Glad to know we have another. Oh, it takes one to know one. Oh goodness. Oh, let's see. We've got. I want to get Wise. Wise up here.
Oh yeah.
Wise. It's so I'm gonna guess kind of what's going on mentally for you is like a kind of a wicked demon. It gets really ugly for me this time of year.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like mentally it can be, I feel like I've just felt, even though not necessarily too many big things are happening. I mean, I guess my move, but nothing like really bad is going on. I'm lucky and in a good place, but
Hmm.
I've just been feeling like there's just like this pain, and like there's always like I feel like anxiety can manifest in ways, especially during this time of year. I feel like it just brings something out in people sometimes. So
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
tough time for people. I mean,
yeah,
especially the last couple of years have been just tough, and so it's like it's
yeah.
compiles, and then you have to think about everything that's going on this year. It's tough.
Yeah. Well, Wise, thank you for sharing. And just want to say it's very valid to feel that way. And I just hope that you have, especially during this time of year, a support system, whether that's a friend, a family member, or a mental health team. And if you can reach out, like that you're reaching out here is fantastic. And we're very happy that you are here, letting us know. But yeah, I hope that you're able to outside of here as well. But in the meantime, lifting you up, sending a virtual consensual hug. It's valid, valid emotion. Ah. I like Rick's coping. If you want to read Rick's coping, Harrison.
Coping under a blanket under my blanket for more. I'm with you, man. I'm there with that.
Yeah. I feel like this week has just been like all I want to do is just curl up in the fetal position and put a blanket over me.
Has it been cold out there? It's been cold
It
out here.
has. It's been really cold. The last 2 to 3 nights have been like 45 degrees, which is cold, very cold for
Yeah,
California.
yeah, it is.
As we're
42
both
out here. Yeah,
Californians.
yeah,
It's like, no, like I've turned on the heat like last night I hadn't turned on the heater, and I'm just like, "It's kind of cold. What is it?" And it's almost 50 degrees inside my
yeah.
apartment, and then it's like 6, like, oh my goodness, like, it's 45. I should maybe I'll let myself turn on the heat for a
Oh
little
yeah.
bit.
When I
So,
moved out here initially, I thought like my place doesn't have heat. So they're like, "Oh,
oh,
you're not gonna worry. You're in the desert. You're fine." And now I'm like, "No, I'm glad I got
no, the
this little
desert
heater."
gets cold at
It gets
night.
cold. It's really cold out here. So
Yeah,
thankfully,
I
I have a
wasn't
little
about
heater
that.
that's been nice, but yeah, it's cold.
That's good. Yeah, blankets, valid, Rick. Valid, Rick, blankets.
I don't know.
I'm
I
I'm
gotta say,
s
this building a nest like that though, like having a little blanket for it and just being in your comfort little like space, that's nice. I love that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I do love, I like the idea of a fort. Like I have currently in my place like a loft bed. So I have this little area under my bed where I kind of like I call it my little hiding area, as you can see where all my
Nice.
photos are. And just where I can just cuddle and just be with myself and have my little fort area. I think it's important to kind of have your own little space. So
Mhm.
yeah. Oh my word. We're going to be wrapping things up soon, but if anyone else has anything that they would like to share, any holiday plans or just stuff that you want to like get off your chest of like, this is my coping mechanism before the end of the year, because this is our last live of the year for mental health happy
That's right.
hour. Like, oh my goodness. And it has been such a wonderful year. I just want to say I appreciate everyone like being here and seeing us through light, and having Josh and having Harrison, just having this really great uh place to come to, and being able to be around you. The community has been so uplifting. I really appreciate every one of you that joins, and every new one of you that joins too. So thank you. But yeah, let's take a few of these last ones before we head off today.
Sure.
I think more of Richard and Wise got more stuff for us.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Let's talk some lighthearted stuff. Let's talk Trekkies
Okay.
versus Star Wars.
Oh no. Oh no. I think Richard's not gonna like me after I say that I'm a Star Wars fan.
Oh,
Oh
oh my
no.
goodness. There there was a um I'm a fan of Stephen Colbert, and he's a very big fan of Lord of the Rings, and he just put
Mhm.
out a track, literally like a track with all the people from Lord of the Rings, and it being like trying to squash every trilogy. So like whether it's Star Wars or whether it's any, it's like no, like Lord of the Rings is the best trilogy. Like I'll show you. So
Yeah.
I'm not a I would say Star Wars slightly for the originals. Star Trek I think is a really cool show. I don't know it well enough to say I like either one better.
It's
But I
it's a tough one because,
yeah.
like, in my opinion, you have both are science fiction, right? But Star Wars is definitely more science fantasy. You go down that
Mhm.
path of that. And so I it's hard when you say like I like them both, but I was introduced to Star Wars earlier, and I've watched all of Star Wars. Like I've read books on Star Wars. I've
Mhm.
absorbed more of that media than I have Star Trek. But I enjoy Star Trek because like when I think of the future of what I hope we are as a species, as like humans and stuff, I hope it's Star Trek. Like that's what I hope for. I
Yeah.
hope we don't have a Star Wars Empire situation because that'd be bad. So it's like, you know, that's like
Yeah.
I'm hoping Star Trek's the future, you know. So
Yeah,
it's
Star
kind
Trek
of
kinda
hard to
has,
say.
like, some messages and important
Oh
stuff that
yeah.
they throw in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate, I think that that was a very important tangent to go on, and I no, I think that we have to have these lighthearted things, and, like, these honestly, the fandoms going at it, I think are just kind of fun. And I'm glad, like, Wise, that you have music that you listen to, and when you
Alan Watts is
struggle,
good.
like, these Alan Watts, heck yeah. We love to see it. And yeah, I just wanna, like, validate again, Richard, that you know that they're still watching over you. I remember the best memories, and it helps. I am that's what I remember. They still talk to my parents. I still talk to my grandma sometimes. Like I would do that too. I talk to myself too. Like I think that's normal. You
Mhm.
want to still have a connection to them. That is valid. If I had an issue, my dad and I would find the answer. That's really lovely. Ah, that's wonderful. And yeah, wonderful that I love that we're getting protective and all of
Mhm.
that. I think that that's great. Like it's really hard with just with everything in the pandemic, and that we're able to be safe and
Mhm.
just take care of ourselves and others around us is really important. So thank you, Richard. Thank you, Michelle, for joining. Oh my word. So many, like we have people are just commenting in before
Oh
we're
yeah.
heading off. I'm loving this. Oh goodness,
Let's
is there, what do
I
you want
like
to take?
let's throw up libs. Libs is
Yeah.
good. I like positive affirmations and comforting ASMR. When I
Mm.
read the comments, I feel less alone, and I imagine all the other people that are sharing the moment and feeling the same way. Exactly. And I think there is always a great moment when you're going through those comments where you're like, oh, I'm going to write this comment, and you'll see that somebody had already written that comment. You're like, yep, great
Yep.
minds think alike, you know. So I do think it is really nice to be aware that you're not in this alone. There are other people that are struggling, that are going through similar
Mhm.
situations that you are. So it's nice to just have that network out there, whether it's the mighty or wherever you have, that you can really feel that. And I think it's good.
I think that's fantastic. Yeah, it's just finding community, and I love that on these YouTube channels you can find community, especially with
Mhm.
ASMR and like positive affirmation, kind of seeing everyone who's kind of going through the same thing and just needs to hear the same thing. Ah, Lib, that's great. Love it. Oh my word. Do you know if there are more meetings for holiday groups or other groups? Let me see if I can answer this, Sharon.
Yeah.
Um, If you want to go to events at the Mighty, I'm not sure if we have too many more. We might have a few more next week. I'm not sure if we do, but if you go to events.themighty.com, I believe it is, you should be able to find out what events we have next. But also the Mighty app, there are definitely groups and people that you can connect with there during the holiday, if you need support. And also, like, I'm sure I don't know where you are located, Sharon, but there should be other groups and such, maybe in person, I'm not sure, or other online places. But I think it'd be a great thing to ask the community as well, on
Mhm.
the Mighty, where they're finding support, and maybe other meetings for Christmas holidays or other groups. Thinking about strategies for spending X months alone. You know what? Valid. I think that's
Mhm.
really valid. I'm glad that you're like. It seems like you're doing that for yourself, and that sounds really healthy. So.
Agreed.
Love that. You're I just
No, okay, fair enough. Harrison, you're okay, dude. Star Trek Original, Next Gen, Voyager, Deep Space Nine. I'm working my way through. I have a buddy that is a Trekkie that's been on me about watching them, and he's like telling me I have to watch them in a certain order. So I'm working my way through Next Generation right now. It's slow, but I'm getting there.
That's lovely. Oh my goodness. Oh, oh, Becca. Harrison, if you like to read Becca's.
Yeah, I think it's extra difficult this time of year when so much. It's the best time of the year is everywhere when you're not feeling. Couldn't have said it better. Very
Yep.
true. When all the songs are playing, it's the most wonderful time of the year, and you're sitting there like, this is not wonderful for me.
What wonderful time. Oh
Wonderful for
gosh.
who? Who are these
Ooh.
people that are having wonderful times?
Like how what are the yeah, what is their secret? Like I would like to know, where is this most wonderful time? When are we supposed to be having it? How do we have it? Oh, I feel that, Becca. Thank you. And Becca is one of our regulars. Thank you for joining
Mhm.
us again, Becca, before we head off. Yeah, I agree. I think that there's a lot of force that this is also like the pressure to have a good time during the holidays can
Mhm.
be really high. Like it's the best time of the year. It's the holiday season. It's the jingle rock around the clock. Like we should be happy, which if
Mhm.
anything just makes it more sad if we're not. Like every
Yeah,
minute. So, yeah.
yeah, and it's tough because I have, it's just me and my mom. So, when you have people, you have big families, and you're supposed to see all these
Yeah.
commercials where it's like the families are all around the fire, and you don't have that. You're like,
Yeah.
well, am I supposed to have? No,
Oh,
everybody has a different situation, and I think that
exactly.
we, as a society, do need to kind of move past that, making Christmas this whole year long celebration thing. But
Yeah.
that's a whole other topic.
Oh yeah, Christmas always becomes 1 month longer each year. It
Yep.
feels like always longer. Well, I appreciate that sentiment. I think that that's true. Oh, thank you, Trisha. That's very nice. I'm glad that we were able to provide some support today and that this was helpful for you. That makes me really happy. Rely
Mhm.
on the mighty here on it. Oh, thank you, Rick. Like that's great. Like I'm glad that you're able to find support from the mighty community. I think that's wonderful. Ah, Letty, that's so nice.
Aw.
Oh, wishing everyone a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. Thank you for sharing these awesome podcasts. Love you guys. Oh, thank you, Letty. We appreciate having you here. Thank you for sharing some cheer when it's hard to get sometimes. So appreciate that. We are wrapping it down. I think we are basically like we can go through a little bit more, but definitely just want to thank everyone for joining us
Mhm.
today. This is the last live of the year, so definitely like share that. Michelle, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, everyone. To what this is. Yeah, Xmas can be okay if you cut a oh yeah, it's Xmas is also kind of another one of those like Valentine's Day. It's all like family and love and the cold and snuggle up with someone. Like it's always
Yeah.
a fun time. Oh goodness. Yeah. The Oh, but I do want to acknowledge Richard, like social media and Zoom were massive for connecting during the pandemic. I had a messaging
Oh,
group supporting my autistic friends. I think that's fantastic. And that you have a group of like-minded people or people that you can connect with on that level and like share what you're going through.
if I may touch on that for a second, something that I found during the pandemic that was really great is me and my friends love tabletop gaming, so board games and stuff.
Hmm.
There is if you know what Steam is, or if you're familiar with that
Oh yeah.
program, they offer a program called Tabletop Simulator. and it basically has thousands of games in it, but it allows you to do it kind of like this. So you can FaceTime with people, you can do a call with people, and you can interact on a virtual table and play games with them in the safety of your own home. So whether or not you're worried about the pandemic or you're struggling with something, you don't want to leave your house, you can play these games with your friends, and it's great.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh, there's so many new ways to connect and keep up. That
Mhm.
makes me really happy to hear. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's definitely it it's a weird time. It's the holiday time, but I just want to thank everyone. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm glad that Rick that this made you feel a little bit happier or cozier for the holiday season. We are so happy to have joined you all, and thank you all for this whole year being here and joining us today if this is your first one. We'll be back next year doing other mental health stuff, mental health happy hours, other lives, other events. Keep a look. Oh yeah, but I just want to say, Becca, yep, when people ask you what you're doing for the holidays, am I prepared? Nah, that's I would do better prepared.
The
Oh
prepared
gosh.
responses, yeah.
Just like I have plans. Leave me alone.
I'm fine, don't bother me. Leave the wine at the door.
Yes, please do. Yes, there we go. But I'm glad that we have. It just seems like everyone here today is being able to reach out for help and come here and share. I'm just so happy and just happy with the mighty community and happy to be here. So, thank you all for sharing today. And I hope you have a wonderful, whatever wonderful is, or decent is, or okay is holiday season and a good new year. And
Mhm.
until next year, see you then. Stay mighty and happy mental health holidays. So, bye everyone.